Hello, this is Gorn Throt coming to you from the depth of Lost Hope. Welcome. So, we spent a day going through this warehouse. And as you can see, I have a pile of loot here. All kinds of things, baseball bats, machetes, gardening equipment, lighters, wrenches, propane torches. No, unfortunately, no welding masks, so we'll have to be on the lookout for that. No sledgehammer as well. We have some fishing items in case we get a chance to start fishing. Broccoli seeds, so all of our gardening things there. Another tent kit. A episode of the cooking show, which is great. Farming books, some mechanics books, some magazines, bunch of maps. So there's a bunch of Louisville maps. I'll be going through those. I took cigarettes. I didn't take this smoking attribute, which you can do. It's one of the detriments that gives you a ton of points, but then you have to go find cigarettes and lighters and whatnot. But cigarettes are actually used in a recipe for gardening, for getting rid of bugs on your plants. So that's why I took those. You can find those in gas stations as well. Boxes of nails, boxes of screws, duct tape, wood glue, pillows for when we get a nice bed, some empty buckets, things like that, and some gas cans. I didn't take much food uh, because there's a ton of it in here. But the reason why I kind of started recording this is I want to get another vehicle. I want to get a delivery truck. So to carry all this loot in. And so instead of loading up this van and, going back and forth, I thought that I would just start with procuring our vehicle. And so we have some friends. We're well rested. We're well fed. We had a whole sack of apples, so we've been snacking on those. We just got to watch their condition. But yeah, there should be some people on the outside of the fence there. That's fine. But what we're going to do is we're going to go get our bread truck, our delivery truck. And there's one place right nearby that I know they exist. We'll see what the random number generator does to us because I've driven past this place and sometimes there's a fleet, sometimes there are one or two. So, and it's usually heavily populated by zombies. So we'll go out here, and it's to the west, and it's right along the river, actually. So we don't have very far to go. And that's why this warehouse coupled with this area are fantastic. So now the one thing I didn't do is I didn't listen to the radio to see if there is a, sorry folks, helicopter coming. So we're kind of just winging it here. It is the 5th day, which would be pretty early. 7, 8, 9 is where you're looking as far as the helicopter coming. And we'll hear it. You'll hear it in the air. And then all the zombies will come, will follow it. So if you're not outside when the helicopter comes, it'll kind of just move about the board, the map, and it'll randomly kind of make herds, and then they'll be out here, etc., etc. If you're outside, it will hover over you, and this is the place we're looking for. They will come a running, so you don't want to be outside. So this is the distillery. And as you can see, 1, 2, so far. Might get a third, might not. Usually this line's loaded. 2. So that is how many of those vehicles we have gotten. And as you can see, there are a bunch of folks out here. But I want to take one of these. They're my favorite. They're very distinct, so if you leave them on the board someplace, I'll turn this off and get out. If you leave it on the map someplace and you're running by, you can usually find them. So these folks will probably go to, the vehicle first, and then they'll come at me. I have my trusty machete, which I'm going to use. Why not? Because I found 2 other ones. And that's why you have to keep checking behind you. two other ones and we can repair them, so they're pretty good find. You usually don't find katanas in warehouses, but you do find machetes in tool warehouses usually, and there are a bunch of hardware stores that we can look at. So in that respect, we'll be looking for sledgehammers, pickaxes, etc., etc. So we'll go up here. We'll leave our van here just in case we need to bolt, because there are a lot of folks that will come a run-in since we drove past them. But as you can see, the machete, and we just went up and experienced using it, it's a game changer. It makes it so much easier to take on hordes of zombies. So, but yep, well, and I'm gonna sneak now just to pan back. Yeah, there's folks there, but nobody kind of futzing around, so we'll go up here. I'll take a drink. I'm a little bit thirsty. And we got a water bottle, so I'm not too worried. I'm not going to go in there. There's a lot of bourbon that we don't need. And again, always take, unless you're desperate, always take on the zombies. This one's locked. It's the first one we've come upon where we might have to do some, yep, both sides are locked. We'll see if the trunk is locked. If not, we might, nope, trunk is not locked. Screwdriver, a heavy-duty battery, and 4 bourbons. So, car battery, we can switch. Once we start getting into mechanics, we can start looking at those kind of things. And I would take both of these vehicles if I was going to start really looking at mechanics, because then I can exchange parts and put all the best parts into one vehicle. But we'll look here. We were able to get in, so that's fantastic. It means we don't have to smash a window. There's nothing like damaging something right off the bat. Makes me sad. So I'll take this fine person out. There we go. And I haven't been checking these folks too. We've gotten a lot of what we need off of zombies off of them, and if there's something specific that they might have that we would like a motorcycle helmet or some type of weapon sticking through them like a katana, it's readily apparent. You can see it right on them as they're approaching you. So anyway, so we'll get in here. We'll try to hotwire it. We have the key and a pair of leather gloves. So I will put the key in my key ring. I mean, talk about the key ring. It's where all the keys I've been picking up, I've just been putting on my key ring, and then it's here in my inventory, and it shows you all the keys you have on there. So, but we'll try to start her up, and immediately no gas, which is fine. I will equip these leather gloves. I'll loot all of this stuff because I don't need it, and I'll just step over here and drop them. But we're in good shape because we have 2 things going for us. One is, and I'll just check and make sure that the back of this has, I'm looking for 160. I'm looking for 144, so it means it's a little bit damaged. But boy, this one has a jack in it, lug wrench, etc., etc. So we have a choice here to make, because I can look at the, well, let's do it this way. Let's do it forward instead of backward. Look at the vehicle mechanics and just see what condition this is in. 70%. Yeah, the trunk and the hood have a little bit of damage. The seats have a bit of damage. The tires wearing down. The brakes are kind of worn down. But you're in the green for most everything. That back windshield will break eventually. So not too bad. Let's go take a look at this other one, because if it is in better condition, we're going to take it. I'll have to break that window to get in, but que sera. If this, so that other one was at 70% total. This one's at 77%. Trunk's worse off though. Other things are in better shape, and we can improve the trunk quality by engaging in some metalworking, but you have to have, I think, level 3 to do that. So let's see what's in the back here. Oh, we already did. 131, 131, 144, and we have the keys for that other one. She's the winner. So, but like I said, in the grand scheme, I'll try to take both of them eventually. Because where we're going to try to set up our base, I've never set up a base there before. There are houses on the river just down the road. So knowing that we're going to take that other one, we'll go and get our van and drive her up there. We have a tank of gas, or a large gas can. And you can see when I get in the vehicles, you have to get into a position where there's like a little green square next to the door. If you are running and panicking, that is not an easy spot to hit. But we'll straighten out here, and we'll turn her off. And the first thing we'll do is we'll get our large gas can full of gas, and go grab that. We'll put gas in this vehicle. We'll also take the gas out of that vehicle. We're not going to utilize the Knox Distillery van any longer. See, there you go. Add gas. You have to get next to the gas can, or the obviously the gas cap. You don't see it, so you kind of have to approximate and then hit the V as in victory button, and then that little wheel comes up with the ability to add or subtract fuel from the vehicle that you're at. So we'll fill her up with this. We'll also, and I'll show you, we'll take the gas out of this one. So between the gas can that we have, and now that that one's empty, we'll just put her in the trunk. There was actually an empty gas can in there, empty bottle, twine. We'll leave the bourbon. We'll leave the lug wrench and the jack. I actually didn't find a jack in the warehouse, so that's perfect because we need that to do a plethora of maintenance on these vehicles. So I'm going to move away, drop the things that we don't want. I could read that Louisville map. I have a bunch back at the warehouse, so we'll go from there. But I'll go in here. I'll go into my main inventory because it's just faster, and I will loot all of these things out of our vehicle here. Then I'll put them in the trunk of this vehicle, and then we'll go back to the warehouse. During the intermission when I wasn't recording, all we did was get exhausted quite quickly because we were just running around the warehouse trying to grab everything and anything. So I'm going to equip that back as my weapon because when we had the gas can in our hands, that went just into our regular inventory. But watched some woodworking. I've been trying to just let our character here, Mr. Richard, sleep as much as he needs to. So, and I'll stop it from hopefully taking that empty gas can. Yep. I'll put the backpack in here, but I want to keep that empty gas can. And I'm just going to check my inventory here. Yeah, see, our apples already got stale. So I'm going to eat one of those just to alleviate some of our hunger. That's going to make us unhappy. I'm okay with that. It also, because they also take care of some of our thirst needs. So go here, make sure that this is empty, which it is. Go in here, make sure we take our tent kit out of the glove box. So we're good. I can get in here, hit V for victory, switch seats. Glove box comes up, nothing in the glove box. Perfect. So in our glove box, I will put a hunting knife. We have a weapon. If I get another can opener, it's going to go in here. Crowbar, hammer, pipe wrench, a saw, and a screwdriver. I found various things in the warehouse. So now crowbar, hammer, screwdriver, and saw all allow us to deconstruct carpentry. It also allows us to pick up some things. Yep, and I hear a zombie. Yep, there we go. Uh, it allows us to pick up some furniture and items. It requires a hammer to move it or whatnot. Uh, an antique oven, if we would find one, would be a perfect example of such. We won't find an antique oven in our warehouse. Yeah, these folks finally figured out where I was at. They were the individuals sitting on the other side of the fence. So we'll take them out. See, and like I said, that guy has a watch on him. He has a red digital watch. That person has a pair of scissors in him. So checking every body, unless I'm looking for something very, very, very specific. And sometimes you can get, I mean, I should be better at it. Sometimes you can get things like beta blockers, which are, if you're not familiar, they're pills that calm you down in real life, but also in the game so that you don't panic as quickly. So we have everything, I believe, out of here now. Oh, we were putting things in our glove box. So I'll slide over here. And I will put some of the things that we have found just to alleviate. Yeah, we got another zombie coming. Yep. It'd be a series of popping in and out of this vehicle. Pan back just to see. Yeah, we got 3 more coming. But I'll put basically some things in the glove box so that if we're out and about traveling, we can set up temporarily, or if we need to bandage ourselves or whatever, instead of carrying all that stuff on us. Because if we for some reason would need to ditch our equipment, at least we know that we can go someplace. But I'll put antidepressants in there. I'll put some alcohol wipes in there. I'll put some of our bandages in there, and I'll pop out. This is going to be a series of popping in and out of this vehicle. When you're driving, you tend to stir the pot a little bit. Folks tend to kind of run around. I'll eat another stale apple. Stale is better than... and that will get rid of our thirst. Well, nope, didn't get rid of our thirst. I think maybe I ate beef jerky. Yeah, I did. That's fine. I'll eat an apple now. It looked like beef jerky when I was eating it. You can see the little apple there. There you go. And I'll drink some water. Why not? I'll have to get some more water. All right, 5th time's the charm. So I'll try to put things in here that I don't need. I'll put a granola bar and chocolate in there, just to have something to eat in there. And I'll put the chips in there. Again, we're overweight, so I don't want to get too dependent on that kind of stuff. Yeah, I see you, buddy. It's unbelievable. All I want to do is kind of get moving here. And I'll stomp him, since we have the time. Yeah, there's a couple of people still waiting over there, but que sera. Glove box, and I'll put a set of tweezers in there. Just some health and food, a weapon. I'll put some painkillers in there. And you can see I have a capacity of 10 kilograms, and we're already at 2.9. Putting a tent in there is always funny to me. A tent kit. It's either a very small tent or a very big glove box. I think I put one in there yet. Nope. Yep, we'll put that in there. Definitely, because as we travel, then we can stay anywhere. Yep. No, it's not too bad. 3, I think. I think it's 3 kilograms. So we have some bandages still left in case we need to quickly bandage ourselves. I'll put some in there. Tweezers, painkillers, but we're in good shape in there. And our regular inventory, we'll get rid of that empty gas can. Oh, no, we will not. We will do this. So this is what I was going to do the last time when we had cars, is I'll get near the back. You see the little key comes up indicating not only do I have a key for this vehicle, but I'm in a position to do this. And there you go. That's what I was looking for the last time. So I'm going to siphon all the gas out of this vehicle, top this one off, just so we have a full tank. Then we're going to go from here back to the warehouse, grab all of our stuff, although you can see it's already 4:30, so we might have to stay there one more night, and then we will go to the area where we're going to try to establish a base, which is the furthest west point of Louisville. So, and obviously we should be able to get all the gas out of here because we filled it utilizing a large gas can. So, and see, now we can either siphon more out, we have more space in that gas can, or we can add it. I'll add it. And we'll be in good shape. And then we'll have our Scarlet Oak Distillery truck. I'll put this in the back. And you can see we're already at 40.9 of 144. Now we're at 47, so almost 50. So we have approximately 100 kilograms of weight. So we'll see. That tire might go. I like the books because we can utilize them. The magazines I could read in pitch. This gas can has gas in it. Oh, we must have filled up and then there's some space left. Yeah, see, there you go. Trying to hit that green square. Look at that. Full tank of gas. And a key. Brilliant. So now we are in good shape. Goodbye, Knox Distillery. Hello, Scarlet Oak. We'll go out here. Now, I'm going to try to avoid hitting people. It's annoying to have a brand new vehicle or fairly new vehicle. It looks nice. We can clean it up. We can fix it. But there's no bigger bummer. I don't know if there's any of these trucks back there. I've never really driven around back there. I just know that that's a lineup of trucks there every time I come through. And this area has a ton of stuff. We'll come back here at some point, but now I'm kind of cruising because today is the 5th day since we've started, which means the helicopter should be imminent. And I'd like to get at least hunker down, have some food, have some books, so that we don't have to. I believe I know that you're saying, hey, you should turn there. I think I can cut through here. Because this is another warehouse, it's not as great as this one is. So. Yep, we're in the right spot. Took a turn. I'll turn around. So one of the attributes you can take is Sunday Driver, which doesn't allow you to drive as fast, which is fine, because driving fast can get you into trouble, depending. So we're going to stop right here. I believe our tent is somewhere in there. And here's another thing I like to do. We don't have to do it with this character because, again, we're playing once and done. But I like to, if you're playing with a group, with friends, or you're coming up behind yourself with another character. Yeah, and that's what I knew was going to happen. I knew they were going to turn, so. And because of my targeting, I wasn't too sharp on it. There's somebody also in there. Oh, and I took my fingers off the keyboard to scratch my nose, and that's what happens. It looks like there's somebody in the warehouse because the garage door was kind of buckling there. So they might have been in there. I did not clear the warehouse. Up in my... Mr. Richard is already tired. So this is problematic. Again, it's late in the evening. I'd like to get in there, actually. I'd like to just get into the warehouse and just end my day. But I gotta watch because I'm drowsy. I'm not exhausted, so... But you can see there's a lot of folks there. I could actually lead them into the warehouse, too. But I'm gonna siphon them through here because they can only really come at me one at a time through here. So, yep, there's somebody in there. So, good thing we have the machete. Kind of the equalizer early game for sure. Because And see, these folks got stuck for whatever reason. They either believed I went in there because they lost the sight on me because I slipped past that. And it's not always good to fight along. You can see that just because of the camera and everything, that roof fluctuating in and out. I think I can hear somebody behind me. Yep, I did. So the drowsiness isn't too much of a problem. We're not exhausted. The machete is actually good for that too. It's not a terribly heavy weapon. So there's one more guy, one or two, but I'll give you a good stomp, a couple good stomps, just to alleviate the wear and tear. But 7 o'clock. And we'll come into here wide, just in case there is anybody sitting here. But it doesn't look like it. Our panic's going down. We're thirsty though. I'm gonna take a drink. And I will refill that water bottle. We also have all kinds of soda pop there. But yep, so here's our little, we took a TV from the other house, and then ironically enough there was a crate with a TV in it, so we'll take one of those with us. Hopefully the houses that we're going to have television sets. It's always hit or miss. I don't know. The middle class houses tend to always have them. Lower class or upper class tend to never have them. But as I'm walking down here, I will show you one last thing. This is a generator sitting here. So we're going to try to take that with us. I think it has a weight of like 20 kilograms. So not too bad. I could, in desperation, just carry it with me. I'll just leave it on my character and then, go that way. But anyway, so I'm gonna go down here. There are a couple of bathrooms down here. I'm just gonna refill and that would have been the smartest place to establish my tent. Because no windows, but again, you're also trapped if all of a sudden people are knocking at the door. So, but I will fill my empty water bottle, and I will also drink just to get rid of. I think our water's off. You can hear that sputtering noise. I think the water has shut off already. And you can see there's plenty of stuff still on these shelves. If there's nothing on a shelf, it'll be empty, like these here. So there's plenty of stuff on here. We're just gonna get so loaded down, it's not worth it. But my gentleman here is getting extremely tired. I'm just gonna walk along the side here, make sure our doors are shut, and the way you can tell is, if you can see out and see a bunch of detail. I also didn't go through these trucks. One of them is empty, the other is filled with canned goods. So depending on how much space we have left in we're good. I think this one is open. Yeah, close them up. Depending how much space we have left in our backpack, in our vehicle, after taking all of this stuff, we'll load up on canned goods. So, because as you can see, most of this stuff, that's a compost bag. That's why I keep getting that, because that's a container that's on the floor. But yeah, as you can see, there's just a ton of fantastic stuff here. And that's not even any food. So we can start our gardening, which I would like to do imminently. And before I do that, I'm going to go equip this in my primary, turn it on. So the radio announcements. Yep, we missed it. Nope, there we go. You can see, so the emergency broadcasting system, every hour on the hour. So we missed it because it's only a couple minutes. But also after the broadcast, there are these little vignettes of things going on. So right now the military was talking about, there's all kinds of stuff going on, etc., etc. I will do two things while we have time, and then I'll be ending there. But I'm gonna go to my watch. I'm gonna set the alarm. I want to get up early. I want to watch cooking, and it's only 8, but we're so tired anyway. So I'm gonna go to our watch. I'm gonna set the alarm. We don't have a little bell there. I want to set it for 10 or for 5:40. Okay. that will wake us up. We won't sleep through it regardless, I believe, how tired we are. So, but I'm going to speed this up, our time, just a little bit, because I want to hit that 9 o'clock. I just want to see what it's going to say. Because if it says something about the helicopter, that might change what we're going to do. But make sure we're tuned in. I'll eat a stale apple. There we go. Automated broadcast. Yeah, all personnel, temporary communications failure to East exclusion zone, which I don't know. And it's, oh, there we go. Now we're getting our broadcast. Average temperatures for today, we're already passed through today. Yep, clear skies it was. So tomorrow, average temperature, minimum, maximum, humidity 40%, mild wind, about 3.4 miles per hour. Severe weather warning, thunderstorm imminent in 3 days. There we go. There's activity in Sector 8, which I don't know which sector that is on the map. But it didn't say anything about an air event. That would indicate the helicopter. So I'm going to turn that off, save our battery, close it up. But we know in 3 days, we're going to get a severe thunderstorm, which means rain, which means if we have things planted, we're going to be in the catbird seat. So I'm going to eat an apple, and I'm going to leave you there. So this has been Gornathrot from the depths of lost hope. Never lose hope. Take care.